Is it a calculated risk? I think so. Is it still a risk? Yeah. Is it more of a risk than we've ever taken before? I think so. But am I sitting and dwelling on it? Not really. I'm here for it. Like, I'm kind of excited for it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like us knowing that it's a risk and knowing that we have to make it work, not only for our pride, but also like for the survival of our business, for everything that we've worked on. Like, I think that ignites a different level of fucking just hunger inside you. Like, we have to make this work or we're fucked.
Last episode in the current studio.
Last time, bro, me and you, man.
Nah, not the last time me and you.
No, last time me and you in here. It's pretty emotional. I'm going to miss this place.
We might film one more in here.
Maybe.
Next week, Friday. We'll probably get it in.
Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, why? Why is this the last one, G? What's going on? Tell the people, fill them in. Where we at? Where you at, Goo?
It's a bit dramatic, really. Well, no, our office building's basically shutting down for renovation. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a bit heartbreaking. We've been left with nowhere to work. And I've enjoyed having an office. I feel like it's increased productivity, gets you out the house as well. Now that I'm working outside of home, it's more enjoyable than working at home.
Yeah. I feel like when I do work at home though, like you cherish it a little bit more as well.
What do you mean?
Like, I have laptops at home and like I'm doing stuff at home. It's like, it's quite cool. I get to do this at home. Yeah. But like when it's like every day, it's kind of a bit like, we've spoken about it before. Distractions, obviously me and you not having direct access to each other like at all times as well, which I think makes a massive difference. But yeah, man, it's a stepping stone, I'd say, bro. I mean, we have grown a lot whilst being here, and I think we've kind of got to the stage now where it's time for us to take our next jump, our next leap into the unknown. We don't know if what we're doing is gonna pay off. We just gotta just go with it and figure it out, make it work. But yeah, we're moving. Fucking 18 hours away. Is it 18 hours?
I don't know how.
Something like that, though, isn't it? Yeah. It's far. But yeah, man, it was a case of like, I mean, we were umming and ahhing, weren't we? We weren't 100% set on everything. And even now, I'd say like we're probably not 100% set on everything. But yeah, I think after a couple of conversations with mainly guests, I would say, that are like further along their journey in the entrepreneurial world, whenever we kind of tell them that we're planning on picking everything up and going to Bali for a couple of months, they're all like, yeah, go and do it. Like, kind of just reassured that maybe like, okay, it is big and scary, like moving away from home and going into the unknown, especially being so far. Like, I don't think it would be that deep if we were getting on a 2-hour flight and going to Spain. But it's not like we're going to the other side of the world, quite literally, to grow the business, grow our network, and also as well, like, have a bit of fun together, man. You're a little bit, I don't know, I feel like I really wanted to do it and you're a little bit skeptical. Like, obviously, let's kind of give both sides of the...
also just like financial and like whether it's the best move right now.
Yeah.
But I guess you never know. I mean, life's about taking risks. Right?
Yeah. One thing like I keep seeing is like, if you're in your 20s, now's the time to take risks. And when we really broke it down, we were like, okay, well, what is it that holds us to the UK right now? And of course, like, me and H are both very family orientated people. Like, being away from our family, being far from our family, obviously is going to have an effect on us. But if this is what's going to move us to that next level, it's a sacrifice that I think we're willing to take and we're kind of willing to jump into. And I mean, why Bali is a question that a lot of people have thrown towards us. Do you want to tell them how we came to our conclusion?
We used ChatGPT. I asked it about a bunch of different locations, like where it thinks the best.
He never lets us down, does he?
Yeah. It's a good person to throw back and forth with, like even like internally, if you're just having like internal.
Nuts. You just said he's a good person to go back and forth with.
I refer to him as him or bro or like mate.
Yeah, no, but you're referring to the AI as a person. That's nuts.
There's a lot of people that do it.
Yeah, no.
But no, it's a good way, like genuinely, like outside of like any decisions in your life, and they've just brought out the the O1 model, which is like for reasoning and big decision making.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good to like throw around ideas and almost like you can almost like let off some steam to it.
Yeah, vent
like,
a little bit. No judgment. Well, you say that in 10 years' time when these AI bots actually become real things and they're like, remember me, Chris? I remember when you spoke to me like shit that time. But yeah. No, it's a big jump, and I think the last time we did something like this was when we went to Dubai, and I don't think we kind of reaped the rewards that we kind of wanted to. I think it opened our eyes up to a lot of things. We met a lot of cool people, but we didn't necessarily have. Well, first of all, the business and the offer was completely different, so I feel like we couldn't really go there and expand the business and grow it. Whereas I feel like now, with what it is that we're offering, coming in as growth operators for creators to scale and effectively just grow their digital product, to optimize it, to make sure they're not leaving any money on the table. We can be anywhere in the world and make that work. And also, like, a place like Bali is a hub spot for the people that we want to work with. So what better way for us to get ourselves into an uncomfortable scenario financially, also as well, like emotionally, mentally, being away from the people that we care about, being away from our friends, being away from home, but like just putting ourselves in the deep end, surrounded by other digital marketeers that do what we do, influencers and guys that are selling their digital products. They're there, so let's go get them. You know what I mean? Get a little tan as well. But yeah, man,
I feel like it'd be nice to see a different culture as well.
100%. I feel like I think I can speak on both of us. Like, we've never experienced anything like Bali. Like, Bali is Asia. We've never been to Asia. Ticking off a new it is Asia, isn't it? Indonesia, is it?
I think so.
That's really bad. Hey Siri, is Bali in Asia?
The answer I found is Asia.
Yeah, it is.
I would have assumed so.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check because I said it with chest, and I didn't start a fucking stopwatch. Oh yeah, I did. But yeah, it's a big jump. It's a big leap of faith, but I think it's the right time for us to take a risk. We've been relatively, like, I wouldn't say we haven't taken any risks, because I mean, just us leaving where we were before and going into a business that we had no idea how to work, or whether it even if it would even work. Even now, if it's still gonna work, like that in itself would be a risk. I suppose making a podcast and putting ourselves out there for judgment every day is a risk. Trying to create personal brand content is a risk, but I don't know, picking everything up and moving 18 hours away on a flight, I don't think anything that we've done in regards to risk compares. It's a bit nuts. But yeah, man, vamos, let's go do it. We want to bring, obviously we want to take all the podcast kit out there. We want to film podcasts out there. We want to meet some cool people. So hopefully we get some, as well as obviously growing the business, having a good time, living together as well, like experiencing that. We also want to grow the podcast. We want to get more cool, interesting people that are out in Bali doing what they're doing, to give you guys as well another perspective. If some of you are maybe feeling like you're stuck and you are building an online business that allows you to have location freedom and are wondering what it would be like to move out there, like, we're going to give you those types of stories, not only our own personal experiences, but the other people out there that are doing it and are killing it. Maybe inspire some of you guys to pick up and fucking, I don't know, pack a case and get out of here. But yeah, man, it's the unknown. We can't sit and say like, oh, it's the best decision we ever made, because it might work out and be the worst.
Nah, I don't think it'll be the worst decision. Maybe
I don't think it will either. I don't think we'll let it be the worst. Do you know what I mean? But there's no guarantee that we are going to get out what we think we are. We just need to go, put in the fucking work, try to make it work as hard as we can, and live it up. Why not? We're never going to be this young again, bro. And I mean, if we're not going to go to the middle of Asia for a couple of months when we're 24, I mean, when will we ever do it?
Yeah, it would be a cool experience, something that, I mean, we said from like a young age wanted to do. I mean, I used to say that I wanted to move to Bali. God knows why. I actually never knew that. Oh, yeah, I used to say that quite a bit. I used to say like Bali was like dream destination to go to. I don't think it would be like dream destination to live. Yeah. To be fair.
We've got a lot of mixed opinions on it, haven't we, as well, which is like, some people are like, oh, bro, it's the best place ever.
To be fair, I hear the same, more or less the same stuff. Like, I hear like it's a shithole, but like it's like a fun place to be. Like, there's nice people there and stuff like that.
I think like everywhere though, like there's always the parts of it that are a bit shit.
Well, it is a third world country, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, is Cyprus a third world?
Nah.
Is it not?
Nah, nowhere near. Cyprus is like a pretty like wealthy place, like in comparison, bro.
I mean, yeah, when you look at it. Obviously, when I say third world country, though, I'm thinking like the deep village. I'm thinking like deep village, like in Aradeeps where we're from, bro. Like some of the like houses and cars that you see going around is like, bro, that car is like older than me. And like they've had it for more time than I've lived on this earth, and it's still going. Do you know what I mean? Like
financially, it's like you can't compare it to like a monster like the UK or like America or anything, but it's still first world country.
Is it?
Cyprus, yeah.
Like, do you know that though? Or
Yeah,
you just
I know that fact.
Okay, it's dope. I had no idea, bro. But yeah, I mean, what can we? What would you say is like some things that? Let's fast forward now, 3 months down the line. We're back from Bali. What would you like to say that we ticked off? What would you like to say that we did? Let's manifest some shit.
I think the two main things would be like meet some cool people and grow the business. Really,
yeah.
They'd be the two main things for me. I mean, what about you?
I would like to come back from Bali with a significantly stronger personal brand, and I think being in a HubSpot like that. And I mean, we spoke about it briefly with Cam as well. Like naturally, like when you're filming content, you have to do stuff to make it interesting for people. There's only so much we can create interesting content, or like, well, you can create as much valuable content from anywhere you want, and interesting content as well. But like, how can you make it more interesting? And I feel like what we're already doing, but with a bit more of a storyline and a hook as like, I'm an entrepreneur living in Bali, like naturally, people are going to be like, oh, that's pretty cool. What's this dude got to say? Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it would be a great place for us to grow our own personal brands, which obviously we are. One of our goals for the year is for us to, as a business, is for us all to have above 10,000 followers on Instagram. I think it's very achievable. We just have to keep putting in the work. So that obviously that would be one of them. The second one, of course, grow the business. Of course, I feel like the financial responsibility that we'll have out there. Obviously, me and you have the luxury of being able to live at home rent-free because we're fortunate enough to have that. But all of a sudden, you've got to pay not just rent for your office, but you're paying for a villa. You have to stock the villa up. And I mean, me and H like food, so like that's one thing. Do you know what I mean? And then also as well, like just being solely dependent on if we don't make any money, like we won't be able to eat, kind of thing. I mean, I don't think it will come to that. Like,
no, food's pretty cheap there.
Yeah, I know, but do you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's a big thing for me, and I feel like we will have to grow up a bit. Like, I would like to think that we will come back with like a significantly more independence. Part of me thinks that we'll come back and we won't ever want to move back in, to be honest. I don't think like, I feel like if we do a couple of months, bro, me, you, Goss, whoever else we bump into out there, we're killing it, we're waking up, we're training, we hit the pool, we get some intense work in, then we go out for a lunch, or we go for a hike, or we go to this Muay Thai gym, and then we come back, we do some more intense work, and we're growing the business, and it's like repeat. I feel like I will just get addicted to that, to be honest. And then coming back and just staying in my childhood bedroom, I don't know if it's going to feel the same, bro, if it's going to slap the same, I don't know. Yeah, there's a couple of people that I've spoken to that will be like, when you get back, you won't ever want to go back into where you're at. And obviously, like, we don't know that because we haven't experienced it. But yeah, I feel like the three main things is grow my personal brand, grow the business just in general. I mean, that's the goal every day, isn't it? Yeah. Grow the business. But of course, doesn't matter wherever we are. It's the same, different location, same mission, bro. Mm-hmm. But also as well, like,
I'm going to try one of the 7-Eleven toasties. Everybody talks about those. You seen them or not?
I have seen them, but I don't really get like that. I feel like it's just
going
to be
like I think they're unreal.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about them like they're banging.
Is it just going to be like a Costa ham and cheese toasty though? Like it's probably just going to be like that, isn't it? To be fair, that is one thing.
It's like one of the Indonesia things, isn't it?
It's what?
Like one of the the things that everybody talks about and everybody makes content around it.
Is it though?
Yeah,
I actually don't know.
7-Eleven, like everybody will go in there with like, what's like £5 and buy an absolute shitload of stuff.
Actually, guys,
100 baht.
Speaking of personal brands, and obviously you just kind of put an idea into my head about like the ham and cheese toasty and people making content about it. I'd really appreciate it if some of you guys could just like put in some in the comment section, like what would you like to see from me and H out there? Like what kind of videos would you like to see? I think another thing that we haven't really like spoken about it, but I feel like it's like an unwritten thing that we're kind of just on the same page with. But I feel like we probably will bring some Gooms Pod vlogs to the table. Is that on the table?
Well, we said that about Dubai, and then nothing ended up flourishing. But
we've got all the content though.
Yeah,
we actually had all the content. We just never really put it into place because we just didn't put enough time and effort into, I think, the storyline and what it was actually going to be. It was just a case of like capturing the moment. And like we captured a lot of moments, but they just don't really add up and make a video. But yeah, I feel like us just documenting the jump, I think would just bring more eyeballs to the podcast. And I feel like we can showcase more of our, I'd say, laid back side. Because when we have these conversations, as much as we are ourselves, like they are very much like, what's the purpose of the episode, or what are we trying to get out of this guest? And we're always kind of like very, yeah, so what is it that helped you to make your first 10K, bro? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Whereas I feel like that laid back, more like vlog content, you guys will get like a bit more of an insight to who we actually are. Not Chris and H, the entrepreneurs, Chris and H, the podcast host, but who are Chris and H? And who are the rest of the guys that are in our team? What does that look like? Do you guys even know that we have a team, or do we not have a team, or what? Like, do you know what I mean? Just giving people a bit more of an insight to like what our actual days look like. And not to say that they're going to be like some Nelk style vlogs where like we're doing the craziest shit, but just documenting our days, bro. Like a couple of days in the lives whilst we're out there. I don't know, cheeky villa tour. I don't know. Like we'll have to brainstorm and put them together, but show you guys a different side of us. So yeah, any like think that you would like to see, please leave us a comment. Just drop a little comment in there. Just be like, like 4 weeks later, 0 comments on the Gooms Pod.
No. I'm sure that at least one person will go.
Yeah, please, guys, man. Yeah, and also as well, the comments run up our algorithm, so get some more people to click on the Gooms Pod. And if you haven't already, press subscribe. Come on. But yeah, bro, I want to ask you. Obviously, a big part of us being able to do this is like reframing our offer to be completely online. What does that actually look like? Because I don't think we've openly spoken about it on the podcast.
In terms of what?
Well, I mean, the last time we actually spoke about business properly and in depth, we were still doing lead gen. So I feel like it'd be nice to just fill people in as to where we're at and what we're actually doing, and why we can actually just go and still scale the business from wherever we want.
I think the main thing is like we accumulated so many skills from like when we first started, from obviously like crafting compelling content all the way to ads to then lead gen and making websites for people and like all of these different things, even like emails as well for like ourselves, like all of these
like
things.
Like a boutique agency, wasn't it? Like anything you want in digital marketing, we can do.
Not scalable from like a small perspective anyways. And it's more so having a conversation with the right person kind of put us in touch with a good way to reframe our offer and what a few people are doing in the space as well, and working like specifically with like coaches, consultants that have an offer, high ticket offer, or low ticket.
Coaches, consultants, and creators.
That to basically scale their offer completely online. It's a lot easier to convert a warm audience into paying customers than it is to a cold audience through ads into becoming a paying customer for a fucking like a dentist or something like that. Yeah.
What does it look like for us, like actually like flipping our whole business on its head effectively and going from, because we've literally gone from like 2 different complete ends of the spectrum. Like we say like this dentist that's gone through X amount of years of training and is in a very corporate setting at all times and is working with people's like mouths and health and well-being, to anybody that has like some kind of leverage online and attention.
I think it's pretty cool, man. Like I remember we were away with one of our clients and like just training in the gym with them. It's like, oh, this is sick. Like we've never had a client interaction like this before. I wouldn't even call them a client. Yeah. Like boys.
Friend, bro. Yeah, like we're working with people that are more like us. I feel like a big thing when we were working with like the more corporate side of business and it was like a B2B offer, or well, even if it was B2C offering, we were still working with like more corporate guys. And I don't know, I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong on your end, but I always felt like there was a lack of relatability
Yeah.
And like we would always kind of be like the two young marketeer guys that they would kind of look down on. Where I feel like now, because we're working with guys that are more in a similar age bracket to us or understand our world in more detail and more depth, because they are online, they are posting content, they do have an audience, they understand that back-end automations and systemization and lead gen and content and conversion rates and sales calls, like they understand it to an extent and they value it, I think, more. I feel like we're more appreciated now by the people that we work with than maybe so before, which naturally makes you feel a little bit more fulfilled when you're working, right?
Yeah. What is it that what is it that you actually enjoy about having something that's completely digital now?
I mean, I can't speak from experience because I don't think we've experienced it yet. But I love the idea that we can be anywhere in the world, and as long as we have our laptops and we have some Wi-Fi, we can keep fucking churning. We can be on our Zoom calls. We can build out what we need to build out. We can strategize what we need to strategize, and we can focus on like actually like having a good time. Like we aren't confined to a location because XYZ client said so. Even if we have 100 clients tomorrow, we don't have to physically see or meet any of them to still get them amazing results. And I think that's so fucking cool. I love that. I love the idea of not being trapped. The reason that we got into the game of business is so that we can be free to an extent. And I mean, for the last 3 years, I feel like we've been far from free. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that tomorrow we click our fingers and we're free, but at least we have the option. We have the choice. Do you know what I mean? And I think a nice thing about Bali as well is like, we're a lot ahead in regards to hours. So like when the UK starts to wake up, we might have already had a full day of fucking work. Absolutely smashing it. We have a couple of calls like at 9, 10, 11 a.m., let's say, with the UK guys that want to jump on calls. And then we've got the rest of our day. Do you know what I'm saying? Or we've got the evening to just be switched off or to do whatever we like. Like, I love that. And I mean, I don't know if it's going to be everything that we think it's going to be or imagine it's going to be, but like, at least we have the option to go and give it a go. So yeah, I would say that like that for me is the coolest thing. And I think it's something that we always wanted to do. We just didn't know how we were going to do it, especially because our offer beforehand didn't really allow us to not physically be involved with our clients.
I mean, we didn't really have an offer beforehand.
Well, our offers, let's say. Like, yeah. I mean, not to say that it wasn't online. Like I'd say like 80% of the business was online, but we needed the 20% to do the rest of the 80. And now that's just not the case anymore. I just think it's so much nicer. And I think I've also learned so much in the last kind of 4 to 5 months during this transition about just in general, like digital products, how to actually like from your own personal brand, because we're working so hard on like creators and using their own personal brands and their own influence and their attention that they've got, and how we can use that and turn it into money. I feel like it's just broadened my whole mind to like, where could we be in 5 years' time? Genuinely. Like we could have this agency that's systemized to fuck. We've got all the right teams in place. We've got the A players fucking playing at their A grade level, A star level. Me and you are making content all around the world, bringing more attention and eyeballs onto our own products. We have our service, we have our digital products, you have your own fucking fitness product. I might have this product, and we can, because it's an accumulation of all the skills that we've got, and we can just travel the world. And like I said it in one of my reels, like the biggest flex isn't having loads of views and loads of likes. The biggest flex is literally printing money whilst you sleep. And like, I finally feel like we are every day stepping closer and closer to that. I want to be on a beach in Barbados having a look at my Shopify app, go ba-ding, 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 ba-ding. Like, I want to see that, bro. I want to do that. I know you want to do that as well. And like, I feel like it's opened our eyes up to so much more and broadened our, just in general, like the sky is the limit. I feel like we've kind of been opened up to that just because we had to, based on the transition. So
I think the main thing for me is like scalability.
Oh yeah.
I think that's probably the main thing about transitioning into something that's completely online. Like it's way easier to scale, I feel, rather than having to be somewhere in a physical location, time away, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dope. To some of you guys that maybe don't still understand what we do, I feel like a dumbed down version. I've used this analogy a couple of times the last few days, and it seems to work because people are like, oh, it makes sense. But imagine like the creators that we work with, or the consultants or the coaches, let's say that they are Michael Jordan. Me, H, and our team, we're Nike. We come together and we create the Air Jordan. Without us, there's no system, there's no shoe being manufactured, there's no like team, there's no people to actually build the product, there's no people to actually scale the product, to sell the product. But without Michael Jordan, nobody even knows the product exists. So our creators and our consultants are Michael Jordan. They are the eyeballs. They are the people that everyone loves. And we're the guys in the back end that just make it work, make it happen. I love that shit. Fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also as well, we're like, with the people that we work with, we also are on a profit share agreement, which means that we're incentivized to grow and scale the client's offer, our creators, our partners' offers. Effectively our partners, aren't they? Really? Mm-hmm. As much as we can, because the more money that the offer generates, the more money we make. So, yeah. Shout out to us, man. Nike. Biggest in the game.
How do you feel about jumping, bro, and taking risk?
Tell me again?
I said, how do you feel about jumping and taking risk? Because obviously that's something that we're doing we're moving into that quite a bit at the moment. There's a few risks that we're having to take right now.
To be honest with you, I feel like I haven't really deeped it that much. I don't think I've really actually sat with it and really let it oh my God, we're taking a lot of risks. I just feel like it's part and parcel now. I feel like I've become pretty pretty stoic to the world of business. We can give the people an insight. We hired an editor. We paid the editor. Gave him all the examples. Haven't heard of him for 2 days.
Fucking hell.
It's an L.
Mm-hmm.
But am I going to fucking sit and cry about it? It was a risk for us to do that. We did that. Mm-hmm. And we kind of got burnt from it.
It still might send over the clips.
Yeah, there's the hope. But what I'm saying is I don't know, am I going to sit around and cry and really dwell on it, or are we just going to take every day as it comes? I don't know. It doesn't really feel that real yet, to be honest. But I think because we haven't actually booked anything, I think that's maybe why. But yeah, if you just said to me how do you feel about taking the risk? Let's do it. If it means that we have to spend X amount, or we have to risk losing X amount to potentially 10X the whole business, let's fucking do it. What's the worst thing that could happen? We come back and we say it didn't work, and we're back where we were before we left, really. Just a little bit less bread. But yeah, what about you?
In terms of actually taking risks, I've never really deeped them. I was always quite impulsive with doing things.
Yeah, you were.
From quite a young age. So I don't know. Taking risks is something that I've got a bit of a fuck it mentality towards.
Yeah.
I don't really care too much about them. I feel like we probably take more calculated risks now.
100%.
To be fair.
100%.
But it's, even the other day, about paying for a team member that we couldn't really afford, I was saying to you, I was bro, do we just fuck it? The worst thing that happens is we lose out on a bit of money.
Yeah.
And it's we just circle back round and just part ways.
But I feel like we have to have that. We have to have that attitude, because
I don't think we've done it enough in business, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But I also think because we're in a model which is so profit heavy, we've never really had to, we don't have to buy stock for us to make more money. Do you know what I mean? We don't have to spend shitloads on ads to get new eyeballs on our offer or on our products or whatever it is. We've never really had to put skin in the game. The only skin that we put into the game is our time. And we're not afraid to put in the hours. I think we've proven that to each other, to ourselves, to everybody that watches and listens to us. We're not shy of the fucking work. But when someone says, oh, bro, by the way, your first month's rent and your flight is going to be $7,000, and you don't even know if this is actually going to have an effect on your business, is it a calculated risk? I think so. Is it still a risk? Yeah. Is it more of a risk than we've ever taken before? I think so. But am I sitting and dwelling on it? Not really. I'm here for it. I'm kind of excited for it. And I feel like us knowing that it's a risk and knowing that we have to make it work, not only for our pride, but also like for the survival of our business, for everything that we've worked on. Like, I think that ignites a different level of fucking just hunger inside you. Like, we have to make this work or we're fucked. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes you need that. So yeah, but I like what you said. I think we don't take silly risks. Don't get me wrong, like there's been some times when we've thrown some money at some stupid shit.
Yeah,
like,
years ago though, when we had more disposable income anyway.
Yeah, I mean, even me on a personal level, I can say like even more recently, whilst we've been in this building, like I blew a K on something that was just stupid. Like, I mean, we don't have to go into details. You know what that was. I know what that was. Like, that was a risk and it fucking backfired. I was down for about...
At least a funny story. It was quite funny in the moment.
It was funny for you twat, wasn't it? Because you never saw it going... But, yeah, like, I was fucked for like a day. But then what? You just keep it stepping.
To be fair, you're quite good at, like, when shit's not going your way, you're quite good at making... Well, I don't know whether you do it on purpose or not, but you're quite good at making me laugh when you do that.
Oh, cheers, mate. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah, hey, just look at me. Fucking hell. Just lost a K. Great. Oh, Chris, yeah. Fuck you, man.
It's the actions that you do make it funny, though.
You have to try and find like some sort of positive or some sort of light in a situation, bro. I've never been somebody that like really kind of just like, I'm a moaner. I am a moaner, but I'm not somebody that's just going to let something sit with me and really fucking affect me for a long time. Like, it's happened, it's done. Like, what are our controllables? I can't control what happened 2 days ago. So why am I going to keep ruining the rest, like the next 2 days or the next 2 weeks or the next 2 years, just dwelling on what happened before? Like, keep it stepping, man. What's our controllables? How can I move forwards from now? Like, it happens. We live, we learn. And one thing you always used to say to me, and it's kind of changed a little bit, but like you always used to say to me when we were younger, I'll never forget it, when we were like thinking about booking holidays or stuff like that. When we're thinking about booking holidays and things like that, you'd be like, bro, what's $2,000 in the grand scheme of things?
Oh, yeah.
Like, in 10 years, do you think you're going to care about $2,000, bro? Let's fucking book it. Like, you always like had that mindset and always like kind of enforced that onto me. Because at the time it was like, oh, I don't really want to part way with that. Maybe that's like 10% of my net worth right now. But you would always allow me to think bigger. Like, in 10 years time, are you going to fucking think about that $2,000? What's going to be worth more? The 5 days in Croatia with me and the memories that we make and this, that, and whatever, or the 2,000? Like, looking back now, like, fucking 2,000 can suck my dick, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? We had the best time for those 5 days. And I feel like we'll have the same approach in 6 months or even 6 years' time when we say, bro, do you remember when we spent like that amount of money to try and give it a go in Bali? Like, and we were scared and we were worried and we didn't know if it was going to work out. And then we can turn around and be like, yeah, bro, but that was the fucking best 2 months of our lives. And what happened after that? And then this. And then if that we never did that, we wouldn't have met this person. We wouldn't have got this client. Like, these things will happen. Sometimes, like, you have to think about moving forwards, like, in the grand scheme of things, is it that deep? And more often than not, the answer's not. Like, it's not that deep. The things that you, like, literally toss and turn in bed about today, you won't even remember in a year's time. Most of the time.
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah, like, obviously, if something really bad happens, like, yeah, you can feel shitty about it. Do you know what I mean? But, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, I took a risk, I lost £1,000. Happens. Do you know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, is £1,000 the end of the world? No, it's not. I made it once, I can make it again. So having a little giggle about it and making a bit of a joke about it. I also think maybe subconsciously, like, me doing those facials and making you smile and making you laugh then also kind of brings my mood up.
I never looked at it like that, to be fair. Because I'm not long ago in the office.
Yeah, but
I don't know if you remember.
What?
I won't go into details about it. I don't know if you remember you smacking your head against the door and shit. I was pissing myself.
Oh, yeah. But you laugh and then it like kind of brings the funny side out for me. And then all of a sudden, like, but if I'm like, that energy is going to rub off on you. And then your energy is going to rub back off on me. And then all of a sudden we're in this spiral of like, But if we're like making a bit of a fucking joke about it and you're laughing at me and then I can start laughing at myself and then, okay, you start to look at the like funny side of the situation. It's not that deep and we keep it stepping. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, calculated risk, I think we take a lot of calculated risks. And I think they're the best risks to take. But yeah, man. What about you? What's the biggest risk that you've taken?
What, in life?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could put a finger on it right now, to be honest with you, bro. I feel like that would take some serious thought, like, genuinely.
Would you not say like just stepping away from a comfortable work, life, or business was like a risk?
That's probably like the only one that really comes to mind more so than anything.
But again, I think
I didn't really view that as a risk.
Calculated. Yeah. It is a risk.
At the time, though, I didn't really view it as a risk because, like, I was doing well, like doing freelance videography on my own, and it was like, oh, I'll move into that, so I got more time to do it. Mm-hmm. I didn't really view it as like a risk at all. I don't know, maybe that's just my mentality and like who I am as a person. But I was never scared or like I never looked at that as a risk. It was like, oh shit, I can do what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Still like a kind of like a fuck it moment though, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And if we look at it from like an outside perspective, you take yourself out of your own bubble, like X job, X stability, X comfort.
Everybody else is saying to me like it was a risk, like more so.
Well, there you go.
And they were like, oh, you're doing the wrong decision and all of this stuff. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is what I want to do.
I think that comes from like a confidence within yourself to like, I'm going to make this work.
Well, like realistically, like it's from their own insecurities.
Mm.
No. On a deeper level.
No, but I'm talking for you in that moment. Like, no, this isn't a risk. Like, it's like a confidence of like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think not a lot of people have that. That's a beautiful thing to have, bro.
I think you got it as well.
Come on, Guzzy. Yeah, shoe wrap. Short and sweet one. Guys, we have to keep it short and sweet. I am recovering from intensive ligament damage in my foot, and I've got a physio appointment in 15 minutes that I'm definitely going to be late to. So,
nah, you'll be there in time.
Figure it out. You might have to pack up on your own then. Well, yeah, short and sweet episode, guys. Moving to fucking Bali. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Leave us a comment if you want to see certain videos and stuff like that. We'll, not only will you fire us up to know that you heard us in the podcast, say comment, and you did, but also give us some inspo for like what kind of content you want to see so we can start planning and strategizing, all of that kind of stuff. As usual, leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify if you haven't already, and a follow. And on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on so you get notified every time we release a podcast. And we'll see you all next week.
Safe, guys. We'll catch you later.
And we'll see you all next week. I keep fumbling the outros recently, bro. It's liberty.
It was calm the first time you did it.
Peace.
Safe, guys.
Love you all. Vamos.